Morning students, today we'll start that continued part of the third part, means from civil disobedience movement. Yesterday I explained till why Gandhi relaunched the civil disobedience movements. Today we'll see the source question also, because nowadays we can guess the question from any part of our chapter. We should not leave anything. So here Gandhi told that non-violence and truth, non-violence and satyagraha means truth, both are the main path to find out the freedom of our country. But in 1928, at that time, not only in 1928, before that also, when non-cooperation movement started also, you can take Aluri Sitaram Raju, you can take Subhash Chandra Bose, they are not agreed totally that through the path of non-violence we will get our freedom. Like that only one another you can we are going to read another part, that Hindustan Socialist Republic Army, that is HSRA. In your exam only this word also will come, you have to find it. HSRA means Hindustan Socialist Republican Party. Students, till now I didn't saw that direct question like 3 mark question and all, but 1 mark question we can guess well. And what are the paragraph wise questions are there, from that part you will find in, they will give from this paragraph, they will give paragraph based question. Okay, so here in 1928, one new party came, that was Hindustan Socialist Republican Army, and it was founded at the meeting in the Firoz Shah Kotla ground in the Delhi. And among its leaders, who were the leaders of HSRA, were Bhagat Singh, Jatin Das, and Ajay Ghosh. Please remember the name. The leaders of HSRA were Bhagat Singh, Jatin Das, and Ajay Ghosh. In series of dramatic action in different part of India, these members of HSRA, they did lot of things which was really dramatic and matter to remember in the history of India. In a series of dramatic action, what were that series of dramatic action? HSRA targeted some of the symbol of the British power, like in April 1929, Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt. Please remember these two names also, Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt. They bomb in the Legislative Assembly. Seriously, just see their dearness. Means they are really the daredevils. That dareness is matter to praise. At the time, the British government was there, with them all the power. They both only they threw the bomb in the Legislative Assembly, Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt. In the same year, there was an attempt to blow up the train that Lord Arjun was travelling in, and Bhagat Singh, when he was only 23 years age, he tried to executed by the colonial government. During his trial, Bhagat Singh treated that he did not wish to glorify the cult of bomb and pistol, because our Indian culture also not believe upon this non-violence, the weapons and all, but wanted a revolution in the society. At the time when he was going to executed or hanging, फांसी से पहले, right, he told one thing, that I didn't want to develop this destruction culture, the cult of bomb and pistol, but I wanted a revolution in the society. Revolution is the inalienable right, birthright of mankind. Freedom is the imprescriptible birthright at all. The laborer is a real sustainer of the society. To altar of this revolution, we have brought our youth as essence. For no sacrifice is too great for so magnificent a cause. We are content. We await the advent of the revolution. Inqilab Jindabad. So revolutionary. The time will remember till the end these words, what he told, Bhagat Singh told for the freedom struggle of India. So for your point of view, exam point of view, you have to remember the full form of HSRA, the members, and what are the two things they did. First thing, Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt, they threw the legislative bomb in the Legislative Assembly. And second, when Bhagat Singh was only 23 years age, he was at the time attempt to blow up the train, bombing the train that Lord Arjun was travelling. So these are the two crime according to British government. At that time he did that crime, and so that he executed with his friends, right. That picture also came, which was Bollywood picture made by the Ajay Devgan. Very significant acting also he did at that time. Okay, we'll go to the next part, how participants saw the movement. Usually in every other exam other than board exam, what are the page 1, page 2, or you can take that happily and all, mostly I saw a part of question from this part, how the participants saw the movement. So here we are discussing about which participant. We will discuss about 5 community. First one, the rich peasant. First one, the rich peasant. Then second one, the poor peasant. The poor peasant, right? Then we will come to the next part, they are industrialist. Industrialists means the owner of the different companies. Next we will discuss about the industrial workers who are working in industries, industrial workers. And the fifth one will be the women. And as per my little knowledge, I know that this industrialist part and women part will be very important for you. Long question, 3 mark and 5 mark question easily you can expect from the industrialist and a women part. Okay, first I will tell you in the summarize, these all 4 categories, they took the civil disobedience movement for their profit and their way. Only women are there at the time. These women, they fight in a very selfless manner for the change of the society, for the sake of the country. I can't tell them they are the selfish only, but they have a purpose to related to their profession and all. Only women are there without any purpose for the freedom of the country. They for the civil disobedience movement. Okay, we'll see here one more question you can find. In countryside, countryside means in village area, rich peasant communities like Patidar of Gujarat and Jat of Uttar Pradesh. So, one more question, what is that? The rich peasant of Gujarat are known as Patidars and the rich peasants of Uttar Pradesh are known as Jat, right? Jat and Patidar, till also their goodness prevailing in their concerned states, were active in the movement. Only, basically, it's not that only Patidar and Jat only they participated, but their participation is very prevalent at the time, right? Being producer of commercial crop means they are producing to sell in the market and getting the profit. They were very hard hit by the trade depression and falling prices. Due to that economic depression and falling prices, they face so much difficulties at that time. As their cash income disappeared, they found it impossible to pay the government revenue demand. What are the tax they have to pay for the government? It is very difficult due to the great economic depression and crop failure. And the refusal of the government to reduce the revenue demand lead to widespread resentment. When they told the government in this situation we can't pay this revenue, government started suppressing activities on them. So these rich peasants became enthusiastic supporter of civil disobedience movement. Why? They thought that if we will participate in the civil disobedience movement, we will not give the revenue, right? They are organizing their community, are time forcing reluctant members and participate in the boycott program. But for them, this rich peasant fight for Swaraj was struggle against the high revenue. Understood? What were at the time, what was their aim or ambition or objective to join civil disobedience movement? They not fight for the Swaraj or Purna Swaraj concept. They fought for the struggle against the high revenues. But they were deeply disappointed when the movement was called up in 1931, when Gandhi saw that all these non-violence activities spreading, 1 lakh people became jail, women and the peaceful satyagrahis, even children are beaten up. That's why only he called up the civil disobedience movement by signing the Gandhi Heroin Pact. But when he called up the civil disobedience movement, he didn't discuss anything about to decrease the revenue or to take care of these rich peasants and all. So they became very disappointed for civil disobedience movement. When Gandhi again relaunched the civil disobedience movement in 1932, these peasants they refused to participate. So what you learn from these things here, these rich peasants, they didn't participated for the Purna Swaraj. Their main aim was there, will participate to decrease the high revenues or will not pay the high revenues to the British government. Okay, this is all about rich peasant. I hope you understood. Then we'll come to the poor peasants, right? The poor peasants were not just interested in lowering of the revenue demand, Many of them were small tenants cultivating land and they rented from the landlords. As the depression continued and cash income decreases, the small tenants found it difficult to pay this rent. See, the rich peasants, they are giving revenues, right? But the poor peasant, they are giving rent to whom? To either this rich peasant, either to the government. So here they wanted to the unpaid rent to the landlord to be remitted. They joined. Here rich peasants means I am telling particularly who are the jamindar, who have lot of land and they are giving the poor peasants as the lease land or a rental land. So here they joined a very variety of radical movements often led by the socialist and communist. Apprehensive of rising issues they might upset the rich peasants and the landlords. The Congress was unwilling to support no rent campaigning. I told that no rent campaigning at the time in Bardoli also happened by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So the relationship between the poor peasant and Congress remain uncertain. You just see that at the time of non-cooperation movement, the peasant also they raised their voice. Or Kisan Sabha happened, but at the time of non-cooperation movement also they didn't took any steps for these poor peasants. So they only attacked to the landlords. They only that looted the market and all. So from that time they got the experience that Congress, INC and this movement are not going to change our life. So they are not interested to participate in the civil disobedience movement. Only few who are inspired, they didn't want that civil disobedience movement should happen for Purna Swaraj and all. If they are participating at the time. Few were participated on the wish that their rent they should decrease. See here, these rich peasants, they participated to not giving the revenue, and here the proposal of poor peasant to not giving the rent. That's why only I told that in a selfless manner only women join the civil disobedience movement. Okay, we'll come to the third part. Rich peasants over, poor peasants over. Now we'll come to industrialist, and this one will be a 3 mark and 5 mark question. You can guess. Women, it will be must be a 3 mark question, and industrialist usually 5 mark and 3 mark both question you can guess, and even 1 mark question also you will find here. Okay, how did this industrialist related to civil disobedience movement? During the First World War, Indian merchants and industrialists had made huge profit and became powerful. When you will read Age of Industrialization chapter, you will find that this period during the First World War or after First World War, industries they started growing up. So many new industries established. That established industries they enhance their branch and all, because at the time of First World War, that what are the foreign made products come to India, that totally stopped, right? So Indian industrialists they produce the product for Indian market. As well as with passing of war years, we got the order from the England also, London also. We are producing the suits, the uniform, the tent, all these things we produce from here and we send there. So whatever the industrial production, it increases a lot after the during or after the First World War. So they got the huge profit and became powerful, right? So obviously industrialists want to growing up for all time till the death, right? So keen on the expanding of their business to enhancing their profit, they reacted against the colonial policies and restricted their business activities, and their main intention was that in the Indian market only Indian products should be there which were produced by them. So obviously they will get the profit. If other product will come, they have to compete with each other and they have to decrease the money, their profit things will be decreased. That's why only they want to make, through this movement they want to make that type of public policy that import should be less and only Indian market their product will be there. Their main intention was there Indian market they should make their own Raj, right? So they wanted protection against the import of the foreign goods and a rupee sterling foreign exchange ratio that would discourage the import. That I will tell you, rupee sterling foreign exchange ratio is all about rupee is our money and sterling is there. So whatever the exchange in between means our country and other country, that should be discouraged. And to organize the British interest, to organize the business interest, they formed the Indian Industrialist and Commercial Congress in 1920. IICC and also FICCI in 1927. The full form of FICCI is Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industrialists. I am repeating, FICCI full form, Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Very important. So many times question is coming from this part. So at the time, who made this FICCI and IICC were the prominent industrialists like Purushottam Das Thakur Das, J.D. Birla, industrial like so many industrialists like you can take it Tatas and all also. So the industrialists attacked the colonial and control over the Indian economy and supported the civil disobedience movement. When it was first launched, means when Gandhi started, relaunch time, they people also not participated, right? They gave the financial assistance, they refused to buy and sell imported goods. Most businessmen came to see the Swaraj as the time when the colonial restriction on the business would no longer exist and the trade and industry would flourish without any constraint. Their main intention was that only. Everything should be clear for them on the name of movement. But after the failure of Round Table Conference, business groups were no longer interested for the civil disobedience movement. Whatever their contribution, their enthusiastic, everything coming to John. Because when the militant activity spread, they worried about the prolonged disruption of the business. They know that due to this movement, due to these military activities, their business is going to be cramped, as well as the growing influence of socialism among the younger members of the Congress. So everything decrease means that message of use Swadeshi thing, use the India made things will decrease and they are going to lose their profit, right? It's very clear things. Okay, that's why only when Gandhi relaunched, they not participated. They didn't participated at that time. Now we'll come to the next part, fourth part. First I told we'll back rich peasants for revenue, poor peasants for rent, industrialists for selling their product in the Indian market anonymously and they get the profit. Now we'll go to industrial worker. Why these industrial workers participated in the civil disobedience movement? Actually, the industrial working class did not participate in the civil disobedience movement in large number. Very few areas we found the industrial workers participated in the civil disobedience movement. And you will find except in Nagpur region. That means Nagpur region's area who are the industrial workers are there, they participated the civil disobedience movement. As the industrialists come closer to the Congress, workers stay aloof. Why? Why industrialists come closer to Congress and workers stay aloof? You will see that some workers, they did participate in the civil disobedience movement, selectively adopting some of the ideas of Gandhian program. Means what they did at the civil disobedience movement, fully they didn't participate. Then how they participated? Only they boycott the foreign goods. As a part of own movements like low wage and a poor working condition. So it is the main intention. They want to increase the wage and they want to improve their working condition. They thought that if we will merge our movement to civil disobedience movement, maybe we will get our success very soon. That's why only they participated civil disobedience movement. There were strike by the railway workers in 1930 and a dock worker. Dock worker means the workers who were working in the ship in 1932. So in 1930, thousands of workers in Chota Nagpur tin mines wore Gandhi cap and participated in the protest and rallies and boycott campaigning. But the Congress was reluctant to include the workers' demand as a part of program of struggle. See here also they gave, listen, these poor peasant, they are giving rent to the rich peasant, neither landlords, right? They are giving the rent to the rich peasants or landlords. If Congress will support this no rent campaigning, obviously the landlord category and this rich peasant category, they will not feel good about what? At the time they would not, maybe they would not feel good about the Congress, they will not support them. That's why only at that time Gandhiji and the entire INC, they not poke their nose on this matter of no rent campaigning and all, right? Like this only, here you just see that that industrialist, they are paying, here we see that they gave the finance assistance, at that time, because they gave the finance assistance to do their own advertisement, that at the time of civil disobedience movement, they told to the people, you should use the Swadesi product and all. Swadesi product and all means their profit only. So here that only they told, if they will help these industrial workers, they are working under the industries of these industrialists, if they will, INC member in the civil disobedience movement, they took the concept of industrial worker to increase their wage or to improve the working condition, that will be ultimately loss for the industrialists. So the Congress will again, if they will help these people, they will make enemy with these people, industrialist. So they did not put the interest also here for the industrial workers. So see here what were the real intention. Rich peasant want the decrease the revenue, poor peasant want decrease the rent or no rent, industrialist want to sell their own product and get the profit, industrial worker they want good wage and good working condition. Last, women. Why women participated the civil disobedience movement? So here another important feature of civil disobedience movement was large scale participation of women. One question will come, difference between non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. I will explain this question personally also, because in the book they explain it in a very verified manner. In particularly in a book they not give what were the difference between civil disobedience movement and non-cooperation movement. On that time I will explain you, it's a major difference between civil disobedience movement and non-cooperation movement. Here women participation at the time not that much of enough, but in civil disobedience movement we found a huge scale, large scale of women's participation, right? During Gandhiji's salt march, thousands of women came out of their home. You just imagine, for us, if you will think, if you will read all these things, it's not a very great things that women came out of their home. We are going every day out, but at that time so much restriction were settled by the society for the women. Very rare they came out, not even in the emergency time they came out of their home. They means their home wall are only limitation for their life, right? So when Gandhi gave the started the salt march, thousand women they came out of their home to listen Gandhi. They participated in the protest march. They manufactured salt and they picketed the foreign cloth and a liquor shop and matter to strange at that time. So many women they went to jail. Even in the urban area, these women are from high caste families, and in high caste families once they will go to jail means their family never accepted them, the society never accepted them, but they took their challenge and participated. They went to jail. In rural areas they came from the rich peasants households also, and moved by the Gandhiji's call, they began to see service to nation as a sacred duty of women. So what were their intention was at that time, their intention was to serve the nation, to do their sacred duty towards the nation. So, as yet it is increased public role did not necessarily mean that their radical change in the way of position in the women was visualized. They did a lot. Their effort were significant, but their position in the society is still same. They are women, right? That time. Gandhiji was convinced when matter raised for the rank of women, their position in the society, in a position in the society for the women, Gandhiji was convinced to the women it was the duty of the women to look after the home and hearth. Hearth means the place where we prepare our food, right? Kitchen, home and hearth. Be good mother and good wives, right? And for a long time Congress never gave the high position to the women. It was just a symbolic presence, their only audience. So even I just respected Gandhiji a lot, but I put a question mark here. If you find that it is a duty of women to look after the home and hearth, then when they joined the salt satyagraha, when they picketed the foreign cloth, liquor shop, they went to jail, that time also you can tell them, you people should not join us, you should not serve to the society, you should just serve to the home. I don't think so it's a right suggestion of a great person, a nation of father, I should not put the question. But I felt very bad. He should think little broad at that time, and he can explain to the society if they can do all these things, they can do a lot. Their leadership, their administration pattern, their capability was as equal as the men, as like he fought for the these people even latter age. That time maybe he told to see the situation of the society, because latter age he told a lot about the women education also, for empowerment of women. But I don't know why he told like this at that time. Okay, anyway, maybe I am wrong, but I found that why Gandhiji told, maybe some reasons are there, I didn't know. But obviously if we'll read in our smallest mind, we'll find like that. Okay, that's not our matter to concern. Our matter to concern was that how they participated, who were participated, what were the consequences of participation, and their participation is just a symbolic presence, right? This is all about today. Before I will finish my class, it's my suggestion to all of my students. You just see that here some important dates are there, especially who are interested to score out of out, means 100 out of 100. And if any students are here to participate, they are watching these videos for the competition, for them these points are very important, right? 1918 to 19, the distress UP peasant organized that peasant movement with the leadership of Baba Ramachandra. In April 1919, Gandhi started the Hartal against the Rowlatt Act. Due to that against the Rowlatt Act, and in the 1919 also, in the 6th April he made the Rowlatt Act, Rowlatt Satyagraha, right? And Jallianwala Bagh incidents happen in 30th April, right? Then January 1921 non-cooperation movement began, but 1920 December Nagpur section it adopted. February 1922 Chori Chora incidents happened, and Gandhi called up the civil disobedience movement. May 1924 Alluri Sitaram Raju was arrested and ending a 2 years armed rival struggles. Then December 1929, it's all about the Lahore section, where Jawaharlal Nehru demanded the Purna Swaraj. Then 1930, Ambedkar established the depressed class association. We will read it in the next part. Then March 1930, Gandhi begins the civil disobedience movement by breaking the Salt law at Dandi. March 1931, Gandhi ended the civil disobedience movement by signing the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Then December 1931, second roundtable conference Gandhi attended in London. 1932, civil disobedience movement relaunched. 1934, it's lost its momentum. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead. If any doubt, please write it in the comment. I will clear this. Okay. Thank you.